We get tons of questions all the time on how did you get your first sale on Etsy? How did you get to your first 10 sales? How did you get to your first 100 sales? So in today's video, I'm gonna tell you all everything that I did to get from 0 to 100 sales in my Etsy shop and everything that you can start incorporating into your day-to-day schedule for your shop that can get you exactly to the same place that I'm at. As you can see, there are a little over 120 orders here, and our revenue is at $611.50. Now, this is a digital file shop that I'm talking about today. We have a couple different shops, but the digital file shop is the one that I want to be discussing today. Now, all of the tips and tricks that I'm going to share with you all are things that you can incorporate into any Etsy shop that you are currently running. It does not have to just be a digital file shop. If you're running a print on demand, if you're running a physical product shop, you can also incorporate these tips and tricks into your own shop. The number one thing that I'm gonna preach to you all is to do your research. So researching your products is the number one way to making sales on things for your Etsy shop. If you are just putting out whatever you enjoy, whatever you think other people enjoy, that is not doing the proper research. You need to be using research tools like Everbee, Insight Factory, and things along those lines that give you data-backed research and let you know what items are actually selling on Etsy. So you don't want to just be throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. You really want to make sure that you are selling items that people actually love. So take, for instance, you're wanting to start selling some Christmas items in your shop. Regardless of what type of shop you're selling, we're going to go to Etsy and we're going to type in Christmas. Now this seems very vague, but I'm going to show you all how you can use the Everbee extension to really make sure that you are finding products that are going to sell well on Etsy. So I've just typed in Christmas. I've already got my Everbee research extension button over here on this left panel. This is going to help me see all of these direct statistics for every single product on Etsy, okay? So we're just going to scroll down, and let's say that you are creating a digital file for Christmas. Now this one right here is so cute. First of all, it says it's popular now. So let's go ahead. I'm going to click on the little B right here, and it's going to give me the details of the listing. There are so many different details that go into these listings. So I am looking currently for some catchy Christmas PNGs, SVGs, things that I can kind of get some inspiration from for my digital print shop. So I'm actually just selling digital files. I'm not selling the actual t-shirts just for today's instance. And you can see there are quite a few. I like to look for the ones that have the popular now icons on them. I don't typically sell bundles, not yet. So once I get more of a library built up, that is something I would look into. But here's a really good example of just an individual file. So I'm going to click on this one here. And then from here, I'm going to go to product analytics. Now you can select it right here, but recently Everbee has started posting their stats above the listing, which is super helpful. So you can see right here, this one has 95 estimated monthly sales, 2,300 total sales, 27,000 views, and 8.55% conversion rate. And just to put it in perspective, a 2 to 4% conversion rate is average, meaning 2 to 4% of the people that click on this item are actually following through and purchasing it. But this is at 8.55%, which is really, really good. It has almost 200 reviews, 3,000 favorites. So y'all, this is a really hot trending PNG that I would want to pull some inspiration for to create for my shop. Okay, so I need to note things like, oh, this one has bright colors, there's some glitter elements, the trees are more whimsical and illustrated in design. So those are elements that you want to take and incorporate into your own designs, because we know based on the facts from Everbee that all of the statistics are showing us this design will sell, and it will sell well. You can even see right up here on Etsy, in demand, 3 people bought this in the last 24 hours. So that is a good sign that if I create something similar, but not exact, we're not copying the design. We just want to really take inspiration and take elements from these designs and start incorporating them into our own. I want to also mention that when you're doing your research, you want to make sure that you are researching specific and targeted audiences. So just a second ago, we showed you research for Christmas items and we were pretty vague. And while I do want to be selling some more generic and vague type of items because I know lots of people are looking for them, it's also good to find those low competition items that there are specific people looking for that maybe it's not really appeasing to the masses, but there is a solid group of people that are going on Etsy and looking for these items. So when you're selling specific targeted items, you are going to create more sales, okay? So it's just finding that happy medium. We always want to be looking for low competition items that are still selling well. You don't want to be competing directly with 1,000 other listings selling the exact same design, but you want to be able to make your design stand out. And that's just talking about PNGs and SVGs. But if you're working with physical products and things like that, you're going to also want to make sure that your products stand out from the rest of everyone else. That can mean creating mock-up photos that really pack a punch. That can mean making sure you have a video on your listing images. These are all things that are going to pull people in and really create this experience with them so that they want to purchase your item. The next thing that you guys are not going to want to hear, I think for me, this was the hardest thing to do, but having patience. Being patient, especially if you've just opened your Etsy shop, is such a key to making sales. I know that sounds so crazy, but you're not going to make sales overnight most of the time. There are people and there are exceptions to that rule, but if you just set your Etsy shop up and you're just sitting there like, okay, I should make a sale now, like I just posted my first listing today, and you don't make that sale right away, do not stress or be discouraged. Sometimes it can take weeks up to months. And I just want to really encourage you all in that waiting time to make sure that your Etsy shop is full, complete, and looks so good and is ready for whenever you make that first sale, because it is the best feeling ever. So don't be discouraged if you have started your Etsy shop and you're like, I'm really not making any sales. This is kind of disappointing. Do not feel that way. It's perfectly normal for it to go weeks, even months at a time before you make your first sale. And then once you get those sales in, the Etsy algorithm will start pushing your products out, and then people start leaving reviews, which further pushes your products out. And then you start kind of getting that momentum going. So it can take a little bit of time, but I promise it is worth it in the end. The next thing that I did to create 100 sales in my Etsy shop is paying attention to recent events. So anything going on in the world. Are the Olympics on? Is it about to be Halloween? Is there some funny meme floating around on TikTok? There are different trends that come in and out. As a society, we always kind of find these funny trends, pick them up, put them on t-shirts. They'll sell really good for a little bit, and then it's on to the next thing. But you've got to make sure that you are hyper aware of trends and current events, things like that, that are really going to sell. I know for me, I had some generic Olympic items in my digital file shop. So obviously you don't want to be breaking any type of copyrights or anything like that, but you can sell items that are related to things that are happening in current events, like funny things that happened. Maybe there's some type of political movement happening. I know the election is a really hot seller right now, if that's something that you want to dive into. But you've just got to make sure that you're up on current events and that you're posting brand new, fresh designs that people are looking for when they go shop on Etsy. My next bit of advice is to stop overthinking it. I think that a lot of times we're like, well, I don't have the perfect mock-up photos. I don't know if people are gonna like my stuff. I'm scared to put it out there and make no sales. Well, you're definitely not gonna make any sales if you're not posting anything at all. So my main things for you all are to do not overthink it and just start posting. Start posting your listings, start posting your products, put it out there. The only way to know if people are gonna like your stuff is to put it out there. And if they don't, so be it. You can adjust and adapt accordingly like you always do. I think that a lot of us just get hung up on, well, people won't like my stuff, or if I put it out there and people don't buy it, that means they don't like it. Like I said in the beginning of this video, it does take time to get the Etsy algorithm used to your shop being there. And then once people start viewing your products, it'll start pushing your stuff out. But you've got to get it listed so that people know that you exist and that your shop is there. So hopefully this is giving you a little bit of encouragement. I know it's going to take some time, but you're going to do amazing. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments below. And if you're wanting to become an Etsy seller, we do have a roadmap for you all. I'm also going to link in the description that is going to go over a couple ways to get you kind of pulled in the right direction of where you should go. Should you be selling digital? Should you be doing print on demand? Or is physical maybe your calling? So we've got a roadmap created for you all that you can use today that is completely free, and it's just going to help you kind of get some direction. So make sure to like this video and hit subscribe if you liked what you saw. And if you enjoyed this type of content, you're going to really like this video up here, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.